called him up and I said, John, I said, I want to meet you. Never met him, never heard of me. And he was like, okay. And then I met him and walked into his office and he was like, so where do you live? And I was like, here, like in this office. I've been all around here. So then I played him 4 songs that I'd just written and then he signed me.
Hey friends, it's your girl, Emily Curl. Right now we're here at our iHeartRadio headquarters in New York City, hanging out with artist Jessica. Jessica, it's good to see you.
It's great to see you.
Thank
you. Cheers, guys. I'm so happy to see you again.
Yes, so fun. We were just talking about this. Last time I saw you was at our iHeart Awards red carpet. You looked amazing.
Thank you. It was my first red carpet.
Was it?
Yeah.
How was it for you?
Oh, it was brilliant. It was fun. We were like melting though, right?
And it wasn't supposed to be that hot. It was like the one weekend that they're like, okay, LA's cooling down. And it was like, I was in a long sleeve black dress. I said, wow, I really did not check this before.
I remember my eyelashes were like melting off, yeah.
This is also an exciting time because your debut album is out now.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank
you so much. Yeah.
Tell us about the project.
This year's just gone. It's just flown by. It's been amazing. I call my songs, and you'll see, I call my songs my babies. I have a weird relationship with them that I get very protective over them. And every 6 weeks we've put a baby has been born, and now they're all out, and it's honestly it's frightening, to be honest. Like it's terrifying because I just want them. I want them to win, and they're out there, and it's vulnerable, but it's so exciting.
What's been the fan reaction so far?
It's been really good, yeah. They're all personal. Everything that I wrote all these songs like myself, and it all comes from personal experience. I just want people to connect, with everything that I'm talking about in it.
I remember us talking on the carpet, and you're originally from London, but you moved to New York to pursue this dream.
Yeah.
And you have a really interesting story of sort of how everything came to fruition.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about how you really got that big break moment?
I was living in London, came to New York. I always say I'm like lost luggage. I kind of hover around a bit, I'm just always hovering around. I ended up in Nashville, Music City, because I was like, I love Nashville, absolutely amazing place to be. Turned up with like a suitcase and a guitar and had nowhere to go. And I didn't really know many people there. Hotels were crazy, like crazy price at the time. It was in the middle of the summer and I was like, okay, so I need to find somewhere to be. And I went to my now label's office and I managed to get my hands on a key card, a 24-hour key card.
And how did you get the key card? Had you met anyone yet?
So I was with the publishing there. So I met one of the publishers and he was like, hey, you can use this 9 to 5. I was like, great. But I actually write all my songs in the middle of the night. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna make bass here. I've got this 24-hour key card. I know it works. I know everybody leaves the office at like 5 o'clock. Why not just move in? So I did.
That's the next step. It's like, yeah, let's move in.
I just moved straight in. And what I would do is the executives would be there all day. I would stay out all day. So I would sleep on every single sofa, just like this. I'd sleep on all the different sofas in the office. And then I would leave in the morning. So before they would get in, I would sneak out. And then when they would leave the office at 5 p.m., that's when I would come back to the office. So they never ever knew.
Yeah, did anyone ever notice? Like, would you ever see some familiar faces? Like,
yeah, they were like, who's this British girl? just kind of like hovering around. But I had a great time. I would go and like raid the fridges because there was always food in the fridge. There was always wine. I knew where all the wine, the best like wine was around the office. I'd call my mom like long distance calls home from there.
Stop
I
it.
had so much fun. I have a lot of footage from it. It was a lot of fun. And then I got caught on camera. They saw activity at like 3 a.m. I had an email sent to me saying like, you're going to have to hand the key card back.
You're like, no.
I was like, no, I'm writing an incredible album. But I wrote my album in that time. I just did not stop writing.
So then you hand the key card back, and what goes down after that?
So I hand the key card back, and I then call up the head of my label, BMG. I call them up, and I said, I want a meeting with him, and he's a great guy. He's a champion and a dear friend. I call him up, and I said, John, I said, I want to meet you. Never met him, never heard of me. And he's like, okay. And then I met him and walked into his office and he was like, so where do you live? And I was like, here, like in this office. I've been all around here.
Had he heard of you by this point? Did he know?
No,
okay.
I don't think he'd heard much. He hadn't.
Okay.
We never met or anything before. So then I played him 4 songs that I'd just written. Yeah. And then he signed me. That's how I got my record deal. It was a life-changing couple of weeks. It was scary. It was a big building, and honestly, I was like terrified, to be honest. I had to drink a lot to get through it because it was, you hear noises in the middle of the night and it was, but I got very, very creative. I just did not stop writing.
So are you like naturally a night owl? Is that where you get your creative energy?
Yeah, I write all my songs in the middle of the night, yeah.
We also read something interesting about your songwriting process. You said if it takes you longer than 7 minutes to write a song, you scrap it.
Yeah, this is with all my songs and every song on this album, I just get to a point where I know if it's took me 7 minutes, I just discard it. I kind of know when I sit down to write a song whether it's going to happen or not. It's like you go into a subconscious part of your brain, and the more you think about it, it's just not as good. It's like World Ain't Ready, the track 3 off my album. I wrote that in like 4 minutes, I think it was. It was weird. It just poured out on me. And
are you writing from personal experiences?
Yeah, everything is personal. I struggle kind of writing fictional stuff. Yeah. Sometimes I wish I could, because then when I have writer's block, I'm like, I need subjects to write about. There are moments where I can't write because if I don't have anything to write about, but these are very personal songs, yeah.
You're so open with your life, even on social media, and like you talk openly about mental health. Why is that important for you to share those sides? Not only like on your own personal pages, but again, in your music.
Yeah, I do. The album covers a lot of mental health issues. It's funny, I'm actually really kind of, with my music, I'm very, very open and very, like, it just kind of pours out of me. But otherwise, I'm actually pretty shy, to be honest. Like, it's weird.
Really?
I'm very shy. Like, it's people won't believe it, but I am. But then, like, when it comes to the music, there is just this, I also want to put out these songs because it does raise awareness of I have OCD. Sometimes it can be quite bad, other times it's better. One of the songs, Forget Our Fears, covers stuff like that. It covers like drinking, it covers loneliness, like things I think we all relate to, totally. And maybe we don't talk about enough.
And when it comes to your documentary that you're working on, that you're releasing, tell us about that project.
Yeah, it's basically about the journey of how I got my deal and how I got this album. So
it really details what you went through to get that first deal.
And actually the documentary, we went back to the office and all the different sofas I slept on. Like in the documentary we show, this was the best sofa, this one not so good, this one good. It was good to do that.
Gosh. And what does your team think of it now?
They love the story now. I was worried I was going to get in trouble. Like, I was thinking, oh my goodness, I got caught on camera. I was like, I'm sorry. Sorry. But they were good. I said I believe I wrote an album and please listen to it. And they did. And then from there, it was a lonely couple of weeks, to be honest. I didn't really see anyone or kind of cut myself off. It was a troubling time for me, to be honest, as well. It was a great experience, but there's also a darker side of my album that kind of you can somewhat kind of pick up maybe from the kind of environment that I was in. I was kind of a bit of a loner, really. I found this little room that I would make all my music in, and I learned how to produce. I produced the album too with Kyle Kelso. So it was just, it was an experience.
When you're going after a dream, there are sacrifices. Yeah. I have to sacrifice this time in my life to create this project.
Yeah, you really do. You kind of find with the music, I'm not always confident in other aspects of my life, but when it comes down to the music, I've always had this belief. And even when in that moment where I was kind of hovering around like America, and I really didn't know many people, I was literally hovering around. It was a scary time. I think the only thing that carried me through it was that belief. You just have this kind of instinctive feeling. Yeah. And like I said, I'm not always confident in other things, but in that part, I always held on to that. So I think that helped massively.
I'm sure as an artist too, you never stop dreaming. What's the next dream? What's the next 5 years that you're hoping for it to look like?
I just want people to hear the music. I see them as like babies, and it's just my job to make sure that people hear, people connect, especially the mental health stuff. Like I feel like I have a lot of messages within this album when it comes to stuff like that. I have no answers for anything like that because I struggle myself with stuff, but the only thing that it does is it raises awareness and people don't feel alone.
Well, I love that. Jessica, thank you for sharing your talents, for sharing your emotions and your thoughts on this album.
Thank you.
So we appreciate it. It's great getting to chat with you again this time in full season. I can't wait to see you at our next iHeart events.
I know. Yes, I'll be there for sure.
So much to look forward to.
So good to see you as well.
And then what else do you have? Are you playing some shows? Do we have videos? What else can we look forward to from you this year?
So I really want to get like the show on the road now. I've been so focused on making the album and just getting that done. I just want to get out there and get get playing live shows. I cannot wait. So that's my next step.
We'll enjoy it. Congratulations again.
Thank
Can we give it
you.
up for Jessica one more
Thank
time?
you, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you.
And of course, thank you all for watching. Make sure you stream all of Jessica's music on iHeartRadio, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Did you like that video? You can check out more over here, and don't forget to subscribe to iHeart right here. And if you're already a longtime fan, make sure you ring the bell down below so you don't miss a single video. See you next time.